What's good? Is your boy Norbs, and this is local podcast. And as y'all know, you probably some of y'all don't know, I'm one of the biggest Giant fans in the world, one of the most avid followers. I've been doing this for a long time, and this may be my favorite part of the season, which would be the off season, free agency, draft, combines, prospects, and you know, being a Giant fan over the last couple of years, that's probably the best thing that we've actually done. Getting guys like Daniel Jones, Saquon Barkley, Darius Slayton, just to name a few. And this year is pretty big coming up, and especially the fact that we have the number 4 pick. Now, not only do we have the number 4 pick, we have a superstar running back, one, okay? We have the franchise quarterback who looks pretty much like the franchise quarterback in Daniel Jones, which I truly believe he is the one. And we're going into a draft, right, with multiple teams looking to draft the quarterback. And we're at number 4, okay? And I'm looking at the 2020 draft, and I'm souped up. Why? Because Dave Gettleman, apparently a source close to the Giants and David Gettleman, states that it looks like he is more willing to trade down, which to me to me I think is the best move. Okay, let's be honest. Cincinnati's taking a quarterback. They're taking Burrow, number 1. Okay, Washington got Haskins. I don't believe they're trading Haskins. Detroit. This is the thing, and this kind of scares me about Detroit, because are they in love with Stafford? There's been talks about them moving on from Stafford, but a lot of people have the Lions projected to take a corner, okay? A corner. Now, not only that, they're in the best spot because, again, let's say they don't take a quarterback. You know what I mean? Most people have Washington take a Chase Young. They're going to go after the pass rush. That's what most people have. After that, you have 3 and 4. Now, let's say Detroit goes and takes that corner. The Giants are in a prime spot right now. Right behind them, with the news of Phillip Rivers retiring. Actually not retiring, sorry. Moving on from the San Diego Chargers organization, that leaves a void. Miami's going to draft a quarterback. The Chargers are going to draft a quarterback. Carolina possibly may draft a quarterback. We don't know what's going on with Cam Newton, okay? We don't know. Arizona set at quarterback. Jacksonville has that rookie from last year, probably staying with him. At number 10, you have Cleveland. The Jets got, what's his name, Darnold. Oakland is a possibility, okay? I don't know if they're going to go for a rookie. I believe they're going to sign, whether it's a Rivers, a Brady, somebody of that stature. I believe that's what's going to happen. Indianapolis. So let's look right now. You got at 14 in Tampa Bay. You got at 13 Indianapolis. You got at number 5 and 6, all quarterbacks within the first 14, all quarterback hungry teams within the first 14 picks, 4 of them. We keep going down. I mean, you got another pick from Miami, and that's the interesting thing. Miami has, again, the 5th and the 18th pick. Oakland has the 19th and the 12th, okay? I honestly, I hope the Giants trade down. I don't want to, and this is just me. I believe I want to go for multiple picks. I think Tampa Bay is a team that's gonna try to trade up. You know what I mean? And I believe we can get one of those guys, one of those tackles, even pick up some multiple picks, fill up a little more spots. We need offensive line help. Maybe another receiver. Maybe another corner to go alongside. But I'm super geeked to be at number 4 because there is predicted, as of right now, 5 teams, 5 quarterbacks that are predicted to get drafted in the first round. And being at number 4, I believe we are at one of the biggest advantages in the draft in terms of getting picks, getting multiple picks, and moving down and still getting the guy that we covered. Whether it be, one of the tackles that's in the draft, whether it be Isaiah Simmons. I mean, I think there's players that we can actually get and get multiple picks. I would love to try to steal away multiple picks from I don't think it's going to be in Miami. I don't think Miami's going to give it the 5th and 18th. But they might give up to move up a spot because maybe they don't want San Diego to jump them. Maybe they feel like maybe San Diego jumps us. Maybe we have to make that trade with New York. I feel like New York is in a very, very big position this year. And I think Gettleman, this draft is very big. He's drafted well the last couple of years. But I think this free agency and this draft can really put us into pushing us to possibly being a playoff team. We have a lot of talent. The defensive line is talented. Granted, we don't know what we're doing Leonard Williams. But even if we do, let's say we don't sign Leonard Williams back, because a lot of people may say he's not worth what he's asking for. I'm going to be honest. To pay him north of $15 million to me is ridiculous. And then we don't really know at all either, because the CBA is about a year, I think a year. The collective bargaining agreement is about a year away from actually getting renegotiated. So a lot of these players right now are trying to get as much as possible because the cap is going to go up. The cap is, I think, predicted to go 10% up right now, right? But with the CBA, we don't know how much more is going to go up. It's gone up 10%, I think, every year for the last few years, okay? With the new collective bargaining agreement, it's just not set yet. It gets set after next year. These players may try to balloon up their prices. So Leonard Williams may not be as far off his number that he believes. Now, do I believe a guy that has one sack this year and maybe a really good run stuffer deserves $15 million a year? No, I really don't. I mean, he gets more pressures than Snacks Harrison, but Snacks didn't have no sacks, and we didn't pay him nowhere near that number to be a great run stuffer. It's a tough situation to be in. Luckily, the Giants are getting back a third-round pick for the Landon Collins deal that we did when we lost Landon Collins to the Redskins. So I think there's going to be. And even if, let's say we do lose Leonard Williams, I like Hill. I think he's good. But again, I think we're going to be players in free agency, and we can fill up some holes in the draft. And I think we've done a very good job. And being at number 4 right now, with all these hungry quarterback teams, I believe somebody's going to jump ahead. And once Detroit gets off the board, let's say Detroit doesn't pull a trade, the Giants should have multiple offers for that pick, depending on what happens at the combine. So if you're a Giant fan like me and you're excited for the draft, please hope these quarterbacks ball out in the combine. I'm super geeked to see what these guys got to do. Again, there's a bunch of guys that possibly can get drafted within the first round. They're talking about 5 quarterbacks. And to be at the number 4 pick, let's say we do drop down to 7, we still could get the best right tackle. Still. We could get the best left tackle, offensive line. We could get a patch. We could Isaiah Simmons may slip to number 7, 8. We could still get the guy that we covered. You know what I mean? We're gonna get a guy that could really help us. We don't need a quarterback right now. We don't need a playmaker at running back. I love Darius Slayton at receiver. I would like to eventually get him some more help. I'm not a big fan of Sterling Shepard. I feel like he's not on the field enough, and I just don't think he's the number 1 receiver. So I would like to see the Giants possibly maybe go in the second round or hopefully move up in the first round and get another receiver. There's a lot of different moves that we can make. But at number 4, I really believe that we're in a position, especially if, depending on what we're doing in free agency, let's say if we get Conklin from Tennessee, we get him at right tackle. That really helps out our situation. And at the number 4 pick, even if we get Conklin, and let's say we move down, I don't know, let's say Carolina, or let's say the Chargers move down, we could still get a left tackle. Now we got Conklin, and we have a new left tackle. We have Zeitler at right guard. We have Hernandez at guard, at the other guard. And we can figure out the center spot. I really believe this can be – I think the Giants are in such a great position to really, really go from winning, what we won, 4 games, I think it was? I don't remember, to possibly making a playoff push. Let's be honest. I mean, Dallas was 8-8 this year. You know what I mean? Our division winner was the Eagles. I think they won 9 games. We're not far off from that. And I feel like the Giants have a very young team. We're going to see what Joe Judge does. He does have some veteran coaches next to him. But I really do believe this is a talented roster. And at this number 4 pick right now, and Gettleman wanting to trade down or being open to it, I think is enormous for the Giants. There's so many good prospects in this draft that, to me, let's see. I mean, you got Andrew Thomas, the tackle. A lot of people looking at Herbert, looking at Jerry Jeudy. I would love to trade down and get Andrew Thomas and put him on left tackle. We signed Conklin, put him on the right side. Now we got protection. You know what I mean? I'm super geeked to possibly see that. There's a lot of good linemen. I think there's about 3 linemen that people are saying are possible first, first round picks, So at that position, let's say again, like if we do sign Conklin and we're able to trade down, pick up maybe another third, or maybe they're desperate to give us a second in return. Let's just say that, maybe to give us 2 extra picks. We could get a tackle. We could get somebody in the second or third round. There's a lot of receivers in this draft. We definitely do need a pass rusher. I think we're possibly going to end up signing someone. I don't know who. I know Vic Beasley's available. But again, who knows? I mean, once the combine hits, we're going to get a better understanding of who's climbing up the board and not. And I really do believe the Giants will trade down from the 4 spot. And I would not be surprised if they go tackle or I would say tackle or I would definitely say tackle or pass rush in the first round. That's what's going to happen. But I really do believe they can drop down and still get a high-quality player and the offensive line to really help, help Daniel Jones and Saquon. So, listen, the fact that my man Dave Gettleman is open to trading down is very exciting news for us Giant fans. You tell me what you guys think. I'm super geeked for it. Let's talk who you want to draft. Should the Giants trade down? You tell me. Should they stay put or should they trade down? You let me know. Hit me up.